Mugabe resigns. Welcome to Viva. Robert Mugabe has resigned as president after a 37-year rule over Zimbabwe. This comes shortly after lawmakers began impeachment proceedings against him. A letter from Mr. Mugabe, read out by the Speaker of Parliament, said that the decision was voluntary and he had made it to allow a smooth transfer of power. The ruling ZANU-PF party says former Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa will succeed Mr. Mugabe. Mugabe's resignation sparked celebrations by members of parliament and the people of Zimbabwe. Mugabe's political turmoil started in Zimbabwe after Mnangagwa was sacked as the vice president by Mugabe early this month, as many believed it was to clear the way for Grace Mugabe to succeed her husband as the leader. Now, the country's military leaders did not agree with the decision and staged an unprecedented intervention to prevent the ascent to power of Mugabe's 52-year-old wife. It's the end of Mugabe, but it's a hopeful future for Zimbabwe as their new leader Mnangagwa has a tough job to bring them out of economical turmoil and build relationships with the West. Now, Uber is coming clean on hackers that stole personal information for about more than 57 million of the ride's e-hailing services customers and drivers. Phone numbers, emails, addresses, and names were hacked from a third-party server, and then the hackers approached Uber and demanded 100,000 USD. Uber accepted reluctantly to pay the ransom, but then proceeded to cover up the hack by asking the hackers to sign a non-disclosure agreement and made the hack to look like a software test. Now, this issue gives an insight on how badly Uber's executives Travis Kalanick and Joe Sullivan handled the situation by protecting the company's reputation at the cost of breaking the user's trust and also some federal laws. This is not the first time Uber has been hacked, as it happened last time back in May 2014. Now, time will tell on how Uber is going to respond to their failing reputation and now the broken trust of its users. Now, next we have more sexual scandals that are coming out of the United States. Now, Charlie Rose, a famous talk show host and journalist, has been fired by CBS, PBS and Bloomberg after 8 women came out and accused him of sexual harassment and unwanted advances. The claims made in Washington Post include groping female colleagues and indecent exposure by him spanning from the late 1990s to 2011. Rose, 75, has long hosted his famous show, which airs on PBS, and is also a co-host of CBS This Morning and a contributing correspondent for 60 Minutes. 2 victims who spoke out to the Washington Post said they had complained to Rose's executive producer, Yvette Vega, about the alleged inappropriate behavior. Now, Vega, 52, who has worked with Rose since 1991, said in a statement to the Post that she should have stood up for the women. Well, that's too late for that now. Now, 2012 Olympic gymnast Gabby Douglas has claimed infamous team doctor Larry Nassar had abused her. These claims come after the 3-time Olympic gold medalist was criticized for a comment she made on another gymnast, Ali Raymond's tweet about victim shaming. In a lengthy post on Instagram, Gabby Douglas apologized for the comment and continued to say that she was also a victim of Nassar. Now, Nassar was the USA Gymnastics national team doctor for 29 years and was also employed by Michigan State University. He resigned from the USA Gymnastics in 2015 and is currently in jail awaiting sentencing for a federal child pornography charges and faces hundreds of lawsuits by gymnasts and MSU athletes for sexual abuse. Now, there has been a huge number of sexual scandals in the United States and have created a worldwide conversation about the abuse of power. All men that have been charged have used their position of power to abuse and harass their victims. Now, the only way to move forward from this issue is the men to have accountability of their actions, and maybe that can change the mindset of many on everyday working culture and how sexual harassment and sexual abuse is viewed. This is Dishan Kumar. You're watching Viva. That's all we have. Thank you.